is digital footprint management, because the aim is to protect any digital data that could threaten the family business relationships and trust fund distributions. So with people with massive wealth, they always have to protect themselves, and they're seeing it in an increasing manner against cyber attacks that try to gain access to their financial and other private information. And according to family offices, this is at an all-time high right now. The fourth thing is legacy planning and wealth transfer. So right now it's suggested that by 2048, we're going to see over $124 trillion change hands. So most ultra high net worth individuals are concerned about the squandering of intergenerational or generational wealth. We're watching it now in Murfreesboro. People are inheriting hundreds of acres of land and selling it quickly because they never had a value for it. And so with only 54% of recipients are concerned, feel like they're prepared to handle the wealth. So that means that 46% of $124 trillion that's about to change hands, 46% of those kids are not even sure they know what to do if they got it. And on top of that, you have kids being raised in a world where money is not a factor. So you have issues of entitlement, family governance structures, meaning I really don't understand how everything works in the family. The passing of wealth becomes a significant concern. Then the last one is what they call the hedonic treadmill effect. Anyone ever heard of this? Okay, this means that I get some money and I'm super excited when I get it, and then it becomes normal. Yeah. So I go get more money, get super excited when I get that, and then it becomes normal. And before I know it, I'm chasing a pleasure base that keeps getting normalized, and therefore it gets limited in its effect. See, it's easy to think money does everything when you don't have it. Yeah. And when you get it, you realize that it's a very quick fix. And then you wake up one day and say, okay, so I did all the stuff I wanted to do, and I still have money. And that's what happens. And it goes back to making money the purpose, not being inventive and inspiring. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening is you have four options. And these are what I call the four options, just from what I've seen across the board, research I've done, is you're either going to be wealthy poor, poor wealthy, poor, or wealthy wealthy. I'll break them down for you. You're either going to be wealthy poor, meaning you're financially secure but relationally challenged. You get the first purpose right, but you get the second purpose off. You're poor wealthy, meaning you get the first one wrong, so I don't really have the business where it is, but the second one's pretty good. You're poor, meaning I don't get either of them right. I just want to, my days is just horrible all the way around. I don't have money, I don't have purpose. Or you become wealthy, meaning I do well in business, but also my personal relationships are well. Now I want to show you this. Remember we went back to, I told you, hold on to what we saw in the slides. Did you notice the pattern? 4 to 6 in business, 7 to 8, where? So you're looking at the potential to be poor wealthy. And that's what normally happens. Either I put all of my energy into my family and making sure the family's good and the business suffers a little bit, or I put it all into the business and sometimes the family suffers. So I want to bring up this movie here. Anyone ever seen this movie, The Bucket List? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a wonderful new American classic. I don't think it's a classic actually, but it's a classic in my library. So The Bucket List, it's a great movie about these two guys. It stars Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. I don't know if you can see them. They look like silhouettes a little bit up here. So Jack Nicholson plays a man by the name of Edward Cole. Someone say Edward Cole.
Edward Cole.
Morgan Freeman plays a man by the name of Carter Chambers. Now, the storyline is pretty simple. In this movie, Edward Cole, who's this billionaire who owns a hospital chain, meets a guy named Carter Chambers, who's a working mechanic. So they both meet each other in one of Edward Cole's hospitals, where they both are diagnosed with terminal cancer. They both have 6 months to live. And they're sitting in this room, total strangers when they meet, but because they're going through similar struggles, they become friends. When they both get the diagnosis, they realize, okay, we're going to die in 6 months to a year. When this happens, Morgan Freeman is at the time he's jotting this list. He calls his bucket list, things he wants to do before he kicks the bucket. And when he hears his diagnosis, he balls the paper up and throws it on the floor. He's sitting there kind of mourning, and Jack Nicholson wakes up, sees the paper, opens it up, and says, "Oh, what is this?" And he explains that this is an exercise his teacher did just to make you think about what you want to do before you die. Jack Nicholson looks at the list and says, "Man, this list is horrible. Let me turn it up a little bit." So skydiving and kiss the most beautiful girl in the world, and all these things he places on the list. And after expanding the list, he looks at Morgan Freeman or Carter Chambers and says, "Let's go do all of it." Now I want you to watch this, because at the moment, Edward Cole is wealthy poor. He's a billionaire. He has global exposure, been all over the world. He's a hospital owner, but he has a dysfunctional family. He had 3 wives, and the one daughter he does have, he's estranged from. On the other hand, you have Carter Chambers, who is poor wealthy. He's a working class guy. Started as a mechanic at 18 years old, and 40 years later is still a mechanic. He has limited exposure. He's read a bunch of books on the world, but never actually been. Again, he's a mechanic, working level mechanic.